Well, first we're just excited to get a win. It was a sloppy kind of day a lot of the day, and I think we had 15 penalties on the day, and I've never been I don't know if I've ever been on a football team, win or lose, that had, especially win, and have 15 penalties. But credit to our guys. I'm so excited for our football team, for our program, for these seniors. It was just a lot of emotions going into this game, with a lot riding on it. We honored a fallen coach, a former Catamount, Mutt DeGraff and Reed, this week, and I think Mutt was back there helping us on some of those deep balls with our DBs there late in the fourth quarter. But between that and Senior Day, we had 8 guys that were part of Senior Day today. Part of those guys been through a lot of stuff here at Western. They've been through head coaches, strength coaches, position coaches. A lot of people doubting them. Just a special day, and excited. Give a lot of credit to VMI. Coach Woods and his players fought their butts off, kept battling, but our guys. The good thing was a bunch of seniors stepped up today. Terrence Green had a pick, senior. Christian Gill, huge pick. A senior, Jeff Moore, took a big hit. Think he's going to be all right, but just another Sigmund kicked the ball really well. So a bunch of those seniors stood up. Garrett Brown there at the end. It was good for him to be able to get in there. I told him to learn how to get out of bounds. Stay in bounds on the 2-minute, but he wanted to play some more, and that's all right. I'm glad he got to play more, because Garrett's meant a lot to this football team, and being a local guy, he's meant a lot to Western Carolina, and just Sean Warren those kick returns and finished up. So all those seniors, it was just a great day for them to be able to finish up this way. So just proud of this for our university. For our athletic department, for all our boosters, Catamount Club, all those people that, it's been a long time, and, we just got to take it to the next step, but just happy for everybody associated with the Catamount Nation.
Just comment on Benson's big first half. I think he'd had one touchdown all year up until then.
Yeah, he, we just had some matchups. We thought we could throw the ball. The wind got a little on us there in the second half, but, it was huge throwing those go balls. And Canaris has gotten better and better, as the year went along. He had to sit out the first 2 games, and, it just never got in rhythm. And then people started really double covering or rolling their coverage to Spearman. So he's come along, and it's been good. And, we got both those guys back, got all our receivers back other than Jeff Moore. And, he took a shot in the ribs. They just took him to the hospital precautionary measures, make sure there's nothing wrong in there. But he's the only receiver we lose. But it was big for him to come up and big, just find a way, whether it's running, passing. We did, I was so frustrated at halftime because it was us. And I don't mean that bad towards VMI. We kept just shooting ourselves in the foot. We had 10 penalties at halftime for 115 yards, so it's just frustrating because 2 of our goals this week, number 1 was to win, number 2 was to get better. When you play sloppy ball, you don't want to finish up doing that at home with these seniors. So I was really, and they were frustrated, and we still didn't clean it all up. But, we just got to continue to grow. But it was good for a lot of players to step up. I think we had 2 guys, Troy and Darius, over 100 yards in rushing. I think we had over 600 yards of total offense. So, just at the end of the day, it was a great performance if we just hadn't shot ourselves in the foot so many times.
We were to almost every one of those seniors you've named. I remember seeing each one of those guys in here after big games that led to the season that we had this year. How important was that class to do what they did and just setting the tone each year? I remember Sigmund last year, who was smiling ear to ear after that Elon kick and everything. All those were big moments to get us to where we are today.
Well, all of them have made have made big plays. And you know, the biggest thing, all these NFL scouts have been in to see Ace Clark. And, you know, every team, all 32 teams have been in here, and most of them multiple times. And I tell them, you know, here's a guy that's been through 2 head coaches, 3 strength coaches, 3 defensive coordinators, 3 position coaches. He's had not a lot of stability, and for that guy to be the rock like he's been, and all of them, they've all been just through going from a losing culture just to being able to do what they've done. You know, and the great thing was, even after that Chattanooga game and even after the Sanford game, you know, we still had a lot to play for. And you're talking about still being able to play for second place and 7 wins, and they're upset because they wanted to win a championship. You know, and they weren't satisfied just being second. And I think a year from now, 2 years, 10 years from now, they're going to look back and say, wow, we did something special. We did a lot. You know, when as a young 22-year-old, sometimes they just think we didn't win the championship, but they don't know where this program was, you know. And just thanks to Dr. Belcher, Randy Eaton, to Gordon Bradley, Catamount Club, they've given us the opportunity to go get a lot of good players and surround those guys that stayed. But the biggest thing, man, they're going to be able to look back and see the difference of where a program was when they got here and where this group of seniors left the program. And they're going to be awful proud of that, and they're going to be a special group of seniors to me, I can tell you that.
Coach, where you and your staff came in 2012, you took some in, you let some go, you kind of molded this football program, and the wins have come.
Well, you know, I'm a firm believer a man reaps what he sows. I mean, we've just the whole time we've preached hard work and treating people right, respect. I mean, that's the 2 things that we've said that, you know, there's a process. Everybody wants the outcome of winning and winning championships, and there's a process to get there. And we've talked about controlling what we can control in the off season. You know, hey, former football players this summer raised $15,000 to feed our football players during the summertime. You know, nutrition. They've just bought into Evan Barr, our strength coach. They've bought into, you know, our academic services, going to class. They bought into community service. You know, every player we require 2 hours a semester minimum. And it's about living right and making right choices. And I'm a firm believer that, you know, there's kind of a old Bible verse that our players know, because I tell them about every day: you never grow weary of doing good, for in due time a man will reap what he sows if he never gives up. And these guys have worked hard, and they've never given up, and they hadn't got tired of doing the little things. You know, a lot of teams get tired of doing just the ordinary things, the fundamentals, the techniques, the going to class, the saying yes ma'am, no sir, thank you, please. You know, and all those things seem like little things in how you win football games, but when you're a winner all the time and you do things right and you don't give up and you don't get tired of doing the little things, you know, and you stay together as a team, you can't help but win. And that's what these guys have done. And the biggest thing is, I'm so proud of the leadership. You know, it used to be they just took care of themselves. Now they're a team. They're holding each other accountable, and they're, you know, they have some tough love sometimes, and you know, they like the success they're having, and they're not going to let guys bring them down. So it's been awesome to see that group of seniors and this group of men come together. And, you know, our coaches have done a great job, recruiting, bringing good players in here, and Evan Barr's done a great job developing them, and I just get to stand up here and be the ugly mug in front of the camera. So, and I'm thankful for that. And, you know, I'm just thankful to good Lord be in Cullowhee, North Carolina, and with Randy and Dr. Belcher. I work for the greatest people in the world that give us an opportunity to go win.